What's up, family? Man, I struggled with making this video. I'm struggling with making this video. Um, we have to grow up. We have to grow up. And it's a trip because most of you, if you follow my channel, you know I have an affinity for the Chinese culture, the Asian culture, especially Kung Fu and just the history of China and just all that. But I love Asian culture. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. And there's a story that God had to bring to my attention. One day when I was sitting there acting like a little crybaby, just sitting there just pouting, just mad at my life, not understanding my life, not understanding why I had to go through the pain and the hell that I had to go through. How could somebody love that? How could somebody love being broken and shattered like that? How could somebody find value and purpose in their life after going through and all the tragedy and the pain and suffering they did? And God had to show me something. And I didn't understand it at first, and it just pissed me off. It pissed me off royally. The value of being broken. The value of being broken. We hate our lives because we don't understand our lives. We hate the fact that we've been broken into all these pieces and just shattered because we don't understand the purpose of being broken. We do not understand the purpose and the value of being broken. Using my wife's coffee mug, I don't know, you guys can see there's a big crack in her glass. And I was using this cup this morning and it triggered me because all night I struggled. Man, what am I supposed to talk about today? What am I supposed to put out in this next video? And I struggled and I laid there in bed. God, what is it? What is it? And I didn't get any message. Woke up this morning, it's like, man, what am I supposed to talk about? What am I supposed to talk about? God, talk to me, God, talk to me. So I go in the kitchen, I'm doing some push-ups, give me some water, and I get this glass, heat up some food, and I start drinking the water, and I notice the crack. And the crack has been there for a while, but it's still useful. And it hit me. That's what you're talking about today. This crack. This cracked glass. And so years ago, I was sitting there and I just came back from China and just taking the kids to on a cruise to Alaska. And I was sitting there on the bed and just contemplating my life. What do I do now? My kids are gone and I'm sitting on the ranch just all by myself. What am I doing? What's my purpose? What am I supposed to do next? And I'm talking to God and I'm just frustrated. And I'm just going down the list of how my life has been broken. From my father rejecting me, my mother being murdered, being sexually molested, having women walk out of my lives and taking the kids. My wife had just passed away. My brother passed away. And so I'm just going back down memory lane. And so often, so many of us, stay with me. We're going to go somewhere. It's going to be profound. I promise you. So many of us, we go back down memory lane and we remember all the things that hurt us. And when we think about all the people that have betrayed us, the people that walked out of our lives and just abused us and dogged us out for no reason. And how our life was just broken and just shattered. And so I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about this and like, God, I didn't come here for this bullshit. God, there has to be more to my fucking life than just being in so much fucking pain. There has to be more to my life than just sitting here and being brokenhearted. And all my hopes and dreams just vanishing. God, there has to be more to this fucking miserable life than motherfuckers just smashing your fucking dreams. And I'm sitting there just having a heart-to-heart conversation. And I heard this word, Kintsugi. And I didn't understand. I was like, what the fuck? Why is God talking to me? You know what I mean? Like this. I didn't understand. Stay with me. I promise you I'm going somewhere. Kintsugi. And I heard him say it crystal clear. Out of this, I'm on a ranch, 57 acres. Nothing around me but nature. You know what I mean? My closest neighbor was half a mile away. And so I'm sitting there and there's nobody around me. Just my garden and the animals that I'm raising. You know what I mean? And the wildlife. And I'm sitting there in bed and I'm crying and I'm just having a heart-to-heart conversation with God. Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? I'm all alone. I'm confused. I don't know what's next. And I hear this word, Kintsugi. Kintsugi. It's not even an American word. And so I grab my phone and I put it in. And it's a Japanese word. And the story is, behind this, is that there's this great warrior, Japanese warrior, who had a bowl and he cracked it, shattered it actually. But it was his favorite bowl. And so he gave it to somebody to see if they could fix it. And they put some staples in it and put it together as best they could and gave it back to him. It was useful. It's kind of like this right here. Just cracked. And so often when we see cracks and stuff, it's like, fuck, it's useless. Fuck is, you know, I might as well throw this shit away. It has no purpose now. I can't even fucking use it now. And that's what we think with our lives. Because I've gone through being molested, being abandoned, being rejected, having the loved ones die, and just went through it. I've gone through all this. What the fuck? I'm done. You know what I mean? I'm done. You know what I mean? Your business fall apart. I'm done. Your child dies. I'm done. You know what I mean? We all go through different things that shatters our dreams, that shatters our lives. And so I'm sitting there, I'm studying this story. And the Japanese warrior, he sees it and he's using a bowl, but it's like somebody could make it better than this. Somebody could do a better job than this. And so he sends it to a craftsman. And the craftsman gets it in all the little pieces. It's kind of like the story of Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horsemen or whatever couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again, right? This egg just fucked. You know what I mean? Just fell apart. Just shattered. And so that's along the story. That's our dreams. We're sitting on this gate. We're sitting on this wall. Man, we're about to accomplish this. And man, we have all these hopes and dreams as kids and as young people and as newlyweds and all this other stuff. Man, we're going to accomplish this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and we're going to do and blah, blah, blah. And man, we fall down. For whatever reason, we fall down. And our dreams are shattered. Your wife dies, your husband leaves, your child dies, your business goes bankrupt, your employer goes bankrupt. You're stuck at home with a disease now and you can't understand why I have cancer, why I have this ailment. And so, this craftsman gets all the pieces. And he gets some resin, some glue resin, and he fills it with gold. And he puts it around all the shattered pieces. So you see this glass. this huge crack coming down here, going this way and this way. And what this craftsman did was take gold and filled it through here. Gold all the way through here. Everywhere where there's a crack, he put this glue resin with gold inside of it, and it filled up. And when the resin dried, you couldn't see it. It was just like a shine over the gold. And so what he presented it back to the warrior, and the warrior was so excited because he gave this guy a shattered bowl, his favorite bowl, but it was shattered, broken in a bunch of pieces. And somebody gave it back to him, stapled together. It's useful. Understand, they ate dried rice. They ate rice most of the time. And so it's useful. You can eat rice out of it. But he wasn't satisfied with that. He gave it to someone else. And they filled the cracks with gold. And now this bowl is far more valuable than it ever was. This bowl who served the purpose of just being eaten out of by this great warrior. Although what happened was a mistake. It was tragic. All that tragic was filled with gold, love, hope, joy, peace, purpose. And so now this guy's looking at this bowl and it has all this gold around it. Now it's valuable. It was already his favorite bowl. And the others laughed because he had this cracked bowl, this shattered bowl. But now that bowl has worth to it, value to it. So I'm sitting there, and the tears are running down my eyes. I'm like, God, what are you showing me? He said, Elijah, your life has been broken on purpose. Your life, your hopes, your dreams have been shattered on purpose. And I'm like, why? Why, God? Why would you do? And I'm not catching it at the time. And I'm like, why? Why would you do that to me? Why would you allow all my hopes and dreams and just aspirate? Why would you allow that to be shattered? What did I do to piss you off so much? Why do you get such joy out of seeing my life so fucked up? It's like you get pleasure and you get your rocks off seeing my life fucked up, God. He said, Elijah, I see what you don't see. I know what you don't know. You see the brokenness. You see the shattered dreams. You see the failed relationships. You see the losses. I see me shining through those cracks. I see me shining through that brokenness. Everywhere where you're cracked, Elijah, man, my light shines through that. Everywhere you're cracked and you've been broken, Elijah, you allow my light inside to radiate out. Now I'm going to add worth to you. I'm going to add value to you. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. He said, now when people see you, they won't just see you as this bowl. They'll see you as an expensive piece of art. As a creation. Somebody made this. Somebody made the bowl, but nobody put value on the bowl for the most part. But now that you have gold attached to you, now that you're connected to gold, now that you're connected to God, now that you're connected to Source, now that you're connected to the Most High, I bring value, I bring hope, I bring peace, I bring joy. I bring all that you didn't have before. Before you was just this piece of bowl. Now you're a piece of art. You're an expensive, valuable piece of art. And so as I was sitting there and I'm reflecting on that was back in 2016 when God had that conversation with me. And I was like sitting there this morning just drinking the water out of this cup. And he was bringing all that back to my remembrance. Share this with the people. Tell the people that they haven't been broken for no reason. Tell the people that there's a purpose behind their brokenness. There's a purpose behind their shattered dreams and their loss of hope. There's a purpose behind all of their losses. I tell you guys all the time, man, get in connection with get in alignment with God. Get connected to God, not fucking religion. Get connected with God. Get in alignment with God. I know by getting in alignment with God, man, now you have purpose. Now your life has meaning. Now your life has value. Stay with me. Now you're a beacon of hope. A beacon of love. Why? Because everybody else have shattered dreams and failed relationships and losses, and you can show them by the fact of all of your brokenness, all your shattered dreams and loss, all the stuff you can stand there as this beautiful piece of art that I've created. And I'm showing the world, man, if I did this with so-and-so, then I could do it with you. If Elijah could go through all the bullshit that he's gone through, the loss of his mama at 2, being molested at 6, and all the bullshit that he's gone through throughout his life, and now he stands before the world, man, talking about he's living his best life. Why? Because he's full of happiness. He has joy that passes understanding. He has hope. He has peace. He's fulfilled. If Elijah could go through all that bullshit and come out shining like he ain't been through shit, if Elijah could go through all that shit, all that negative, toxic ass bullshit, if Elijah could survive that, and God bring them together. I tell you guys all the time, man, we're preserved. We're preserved. Man, get in alignment with God. Get in connection with God and watch how he preserve you. He don't just staple your ass back together and just make you useful. No, that's what humanity does. Why? Because they want something out of you. And then when they can't get nothing else out of you, they just throw your ass away. When they ain't got nothing left to take from you, man, you useless. I can't get nothing else from you. What fucking good are you? I'm done with you. And it's easy for them to walk away because they see no value in you. They've drained you of all of your resources. They've drained you of your hopes, your dreams, and your ambition. They've drained you of your finances and everything. Now, you just like use toilet paper. We just gonna flush your ass. Fuck good you. But God is saying, I'm not like that. I'm not like man. Come to me with your brokenness. Come to me with your shattered dreams. Come to me with all of your losses. I'm going back to Humpty Dumpty. You notice the story. All the men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. It never said that God couldn't. It never said that source, the most high universe, couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. It said that all the men couldn't put him back together again. Man, had Humpty Dumpty been brought to God, I'm Humpty Dumpty. You're Humpty Dumpty. We've gone to man to put us back together. We've gotten in relationships hoping that would get me back together. That would get me back on my feet. We've taken jobs we didn't like. We've taken careers and done different things to get back on our feet, trying to put the pieces back together again. Only to be broken again. Only to be shattered again. God has said, man, bring me all your pieces. Bring me all your losses. Bring me all your brokenness. And watch what I do for you. Bring me all your shattered dreams. Bring me your depression, your suicidal thoughts. Bring me your fears and your insecurities and your self-hatred. And watch what I do for you. When people laughed at your shattered dreams, when people laughed at your broken life and your failed relationships and all the stuff that people laughed at that because of their issues. Bring it to God. Get in alignment with God. Get connected to God and watch God take all those broken pieces and put them back together. And when he puts them back together, he's going to cement it. He's going to seal it with love, with hope, with joy, with peace. That's what the gold represents. And so now when people see that piece of art that's become your life, they're gonna be like, how the fuck did you go from being this to being this? How the fuck did you hook up? Hey, you must have married somebody rich. You must have you must have a sugar mama. You must have a sugar daddy. Somebody had to hook you up. And then all this bullshit because they can't understand that God took all your brokenness, all your shatteredness, all your losses and put you back together again. And then sealed it. And now you walking and standing before the world as this beautiful piece of art that God created. Man had already given up because man couldn't put your ass back together again because you were so fucked up emotionally. You were so twisted emotionally and psychologically and intellectually that man, it gave up on your ass. You were so fucking toxic. You were so fucking depressed, so fucking suicidal, so fucking low vibrating and all this other bullshit. But God brought your ass back together again and sealed it with love, joy, peace, happiness. That's far more valuable than all the gold in the world. All the gold in the world can't buy you peace. All the gold in the world can't buy you joy. All the gold in the world can't buy you happiness. Kintsugi. I am Kintsugi. You are Kintsugi. 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 We've been broken. We've been broken. And many of you, man, you're just picking up your pieces right now. Some of you, you haven't even started to gather your broken pieces. You still laying on the fucking floor just because you gave up. You know what I mean? Man, pick up your pieces. Pick up your pieces and bring them to God. Pick up your pieces and watch what God do with them. See, because God's not going to pick your pieces up for you. That's what he's not going to do. You got to pick up the pieces. You got to present the pieces to God. And you present the pieces to God through meditating. God, here I am. Here I am. The world, they turned their back on me. The world don't understand me. The world ain't fucking with me. The world don't like me. But I know you brought me here for a reason. I know I have a purpose, and that's why I got so much fucking hell. That's why I've gone through so much shit in my life. Because you're trying to break me, to build me back up. See, man will break you just to destroy your ass. God will allow you to get broken so that he could build you back up and put you back together again with love, with joy, with peace and happiness. And the icing on the cake, he'll give you the ambition, the drive, the passion to become a beacon of hope, love, joy, peace, happiness for the rest of the world. You won't be arrogant about it. You won't be narcissistic about it. You won't be self-righteous, but you'll be humbled because you know where you came from. You'll be humbled because you know it was God that put you back together again. It was God that not only preserved you, but he made you far more valuable than you were before. Man, I hope and pray that something's been said to help you understand your purpose, to help you understand why you're going through all the hell you're going through, to help you understand why you've gone through so much crap in your life, why you've taken so many L's, why you've been so broken and shattered in millions of pieces. There's a purpose for it. I love you. Happy healing. Peace.